He's so fucking toxic.
No clearance.
Wine recommendations. I've been told my wine palate is very childish and ratchet. I'm not a barefoot type of girl, but I like Moscato. I like sweet wine. I don't like bitter. I don't like the old white people wine, like the bitter, like you got to swig it around the cup. I don't have time for that. The aroma, you got to smell it before you drink it. I don't have time for that.
Yeah, so okay. I respect that.
Yeah, I'm very immature palate. I like Moscato. What else have I tried? Now, is this for you or your wife?
This is for me.
For you.
This is for me. Yeah.
Do you have a preference? Like, what's your wine preference?
I actually really prefer red wine. I do like Malbec, sweet red.
Okay, so you like sweet.
Sauvignon, Cabernet Sauvignon.
Sauvignon. That sounds like very sophisticated.
I took like a good couple months. Like every time I was gonna eat some food on the weekend, like what wine would go well with this?
See, okay, so I know like white wine goes well with like fish and like salmon and things like that, and red wine goes with like steak and so I know the basics, but
yeah,
like I said, I don't like the wine.
I respect it. I respect it. I just wanted to see, where
I'm
you were on the
right?
Bougetto
But can't forget the Edo. So
I was seeing where you were on that scale. You know what I'm saying? Like you see, like if bougie was 0,
bougie ain't that strong on the wine.
Yeah, you way closer to the ghetto in Khadijah.
Heavy on. I'm a ghetto wineaholic.
Oh man. What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the No Clearance Podcast. I am your host, Tyler, here with the Queen, Khadijah.
The one and only.
Also host of the No Clearance Podcast and host of the excellent Dare to Talk podcast. Y'all make sure y'all go check out Dare to Talk. Great episode last week. Just want to reiterate, you know what I'm saying? Yo, let me just say something about that podcast.
Yeah.
So much respect to you. Your vulnerability is admirable. Okay. Some of the things you be saying on there, I'd be like, well, damn. I did not realize it didn't dawn on me that this was your first time like living on your own.
Yes. My like whole life I lived with my mom, and I think people like that's why I can never shit on people that live with their parents. I can't, because literally that's all I knew. And living with my mom, although it was like definitely like blessings, like I was able to take trips. Now I'm living on my own. I'm like, oh, a trip where? No, that's not in the budget. That's not in the budget this month.
I can't tell you how much I don't regret moving out, because when I moved out, I felt like it was time. But every time I think about like, I could have knocked out all my loans. I could have traveled around the world living with them folk. Yeah. And now I'm like, I got to make sure the mortgage paid, his bills is paid.
Electricity, right? You learn that that's important.
Car, no electric. I'm just like, man.
Yeah.
And
it's like rent is like, I kid you, I was talking to my homegirl about it. I was like, I feel like I pay rent and then that motherfucker come right back around like, hey, remember? And it's like, fuck, I just broke you off a piece. Like, what do you mean?
It's me, kid.
No, it's crazy.
Yeah, but it was dope. It was dope to hear your story. If y'all want to hear it, I would ask you, but if y'all want to hear it, man, go check her out. Go check out her last episode. And then come back to the No Clearance Podcast and make sure you leave us a review, subscribe to the podcast. Trying to get all this stuff out the way early, Khadijah, you know what I'm saying? Subscribe to the podcast. Leave us a 5-star rating on Spotify and Apple.
That's a 5-star cheat.
And just know y'all can tip on all of those platforms, I believe.
Hey,
you can tip.
Come on.
You can go. We also are on Anchor. This is how we get the podcast out, through Anchor. You can tip on Anchor. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you can tip on Anchor?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that.
So go ahead and leave Khadijah a tip on Dare to Talk as well.
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? And make sure you can buy some merch. I'm rocking the hat
Hey,
today. I'm
come
rocking the
on. I
shirt.
didn't
The
wear my shirt
superior
today,
no
but
plan. It's all
you
good.
know,
It's
in
all
spirit.
good. In spirit. In spirit. Yes. So we appreciate y'all, man. We appreciate y'all. You know what? It's been a crazy week since we last talked. So you know what? I'm gonna get the heavy stuff out the way, if that's
Yeah.
cool with you. So
Yeah, no, that's
Khadijah,
cool.
I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, my bad. Before we begin, for those who don't hear Jalen's voice, you know he would have been
Right. The
saying something
elephant in
by
the room.
now.
I mean, come on.
Jay has a little working issue, and as
Technicality, you
yeah,
know.
as they say in show business, the show must go on. We got to make sure
I
y'all get this joint on Wednesday. And as much as I would love to wait for the boy, um, we can't. and and luckily we got 3 people now. So
hey,
if one of us is down,
hey,
we straight.
that'd be awkward. Just Tyler? Oof. Right?
I know.
Thanks.
I know. I would, that would be nuts.
He's like, all right,
Divas.
so let's go down the list. Do, 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 do.
My storytelling skills is just too slow for a podcast. Like for
I
just me,
cannot.
it's too slow. It's too slow. So, yeah, Jay, we appreciate you doing the video editing. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate
Hey,
everything
good
you do in the
looks.
background. You know what I'm saying? You the one for that. You the one for that. All right, now let's get into it. We just gonna go right into it. Khadijah, Roe versus Wade was overturned. I know you have some words to say. The floor is yours.
I mean, obviously, right? Like the government's controlling my vagina and what I do with it. Well, not the vagina, but my reproductive organs. And it feels crazy, right? And I think like there's a lot of, I've processed this now in like multiple like waves, right? The initial process was like, what the fuck? Like we can like obviously I was aware that we can overturn shit. But I was just like, why the fuck is this like, there's so many other things that we need to deal with. Like, hey, we're in a recession. Nobody's gotten on the mic and really named that and like our attack plan or plan of attack on that shit. So it's like we're also like dealing with like World War whatever energy. It's just like so many other bigger things to deal with. But you want to tell me, hey, you got to keep that kid. It doesn't make sense. But in the same breath, now you got to peel back that layer. I'm a woman first, right? But I'm a woman of color. So what does that look like for me? I'm going to be honest. Childbearing for me is still dangerous. Like whether it's a child that I want or abortion or not abortion, like my like life and having kids is very dangerous. Black women die all the time from not being properly cared for, whether that's, through pregnancy or just regular, right? So this doesn't change any of that for me necessarily. I feel like this is more so I don't even know how to explain it. Like, I don't think it's not changing anything for me personally, if that makes sense. Yes, I'm not excited about it or elated about it, but this doesn't, there's so much shit that needs to be fixed in this system. And this is just one layer. And I feel like this wasn't meant to impact Black women the way people think it is. Does that make sense?
Mm,
Like I think this
yes.
is more so to help the Caucasian, those from the Caucasus Mountains, to help their population. Because I don't know the numbers, but I do know when you're looking at abortions, white women get it more often than the Latino or the Black women. Um,
Mm,
so I think this is more of like, and I'm not really into conspiracy theories. This is just something that I feel like it. Thinking about it, it makes sense, right? Like their fear is that um, minorities are going to populate. We'll continue to populate. That's the shit about it, right? Like our numbers are not, you know what I mean? My Latinas, stand
yeah,
up. We're going to
exactly.
continue to populate. Like that's not going to stop. I think they're trying. This episode is brought to you by Canva. Canva is a graphic design platform used to create social media graphics, presentations, posters, documents, and other visual content. The app includes templates for users to use to design whatever they want for the free. The platform is free to use, but also offers a paid subscription, Canva Pro, which will unlock an even larger library of graphics, images, templates, and videos to add to your designs. So please tap the link in the description and get started. Kind of combat where it's like where they're like still fighting to be the majority, if that makes sense. Even though I don't think they ever will be. I don't think the white population is ever gonna like be toe to toe with the minority.
Yeah.
I also don't think it's gonna change. Like I still think we're gonna be marginalized, right? Like, which is fucked up because it's like, how are we marginalized but with the majority? I mean, there's a lot of things in that, but I just think it's fucked up. But yeah.
I hear you. You are heard. I you know what? When you put it that way, I mean, I definitely see where you're coming from. I do believe this whole situation of abortion being legal and also abortion not being legal has always been around trying to control the population of the minorities. We know historically Planned Parenthood was initially designed to control the black population. And when we were starting to grow, that's when Planned Parenthood came around and started, recommending to us abortions as well as, different birth controls and things of that nature. So it's
Yeah.
like, while they can try to say the safety of the child is being into consideration, it's like y'all know what y'all doing, and y'all can bullshit us as much as you would like, but we know what you're doing, and like you said, we gonna be still out here doing our thing. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna make no difference to us, but um, you know, I never thought about white folk just out here having abortions, even though it does add up. That does seem like something that
Well, I was kind of, I'm not gonna hold you, I was shocked. I
yeah.
was shocked. I was stunned because I was just like, but I think like, why was I shocked? Why was I stunned? Because this narrative that they spin that it's like, oh, it's always like an inner city girl who like needs, to get an abortion. And it's always like a Latina or it's always a person of color that they like paint this narrative of like, that is like out here. She was promiscuous, got pregnant, and we got to get rid of it. The thing that like worries me, and I guess like I said, like women of color, it's not changing anything for us, right? It's still very like dangerous for us to be with child. We go undiagnosed for most shit, and like there's a lot that goes into that. My thing is like you're not pushing abortion to like be banned, right? It's like the what do you call that? The prohibition. Like niggas was still drinking, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Just because you make something illegal or on paper it's illegal, it forces people to then go to the black market, right?
yep,
It's scary because it's like, and I know some girl made a poster of this during I think they were marching or protesting, and it was a picture of a hanger. It's like, back to this we go. And it's just like, that's fucking crazy to me.
yep,
Because when you are a woman that's getting an abortion, and I think, there's a lot of nuances that go into that, you are, whether that's financial, like you can't afford to have a kid, whether that's like, hey, I was raped. That's the part that fucking gets me too. God forbid you are a rape victim. Now you have to be with child. And like you're literally harboring that trauma, right? Or whether you just simply like, hey, one night stand, I don't want this nigga's kid. Like there's so many different scenarios. It's just not okay. And there's like plenty of stories in which women have had pregnancies that like they've been told like, hey, if you continue this pregnancy, it will kill you, and have died, right? Because they've been in states or countries that don't condone abortion. So it's so dangerous, and it's not fair to women. And my thing is, this foreshadows just like the government can now do whatever, right? This is like a domino effect. And I think that's the part for me too, is like, hey, if the government can control my reproductive system, what can they not control?
yeah,
I think that separation of quote unquote church and state, when it's not separated, they say that out loud to sound, to sound good. But in reality, I think the government, there's a time and there's a place. And I think I'm trying to not be negative and get in this space of like, oh, fuck, there goes America. But it seems like I'm constantly in that space, right? Whether it's like police killings or, now overturning this. And I think I'm more worried about what is this going to lead to, right? Like there's going to be, they're not just going to stop at reproductive systems. Like it's going to go to gay marriages and other shit. You know what I mean? Like that shit is scary. And I'm gonna tell you, I am an ally of the letter mafia. Once they get touched, they are gonna shut it down because those numbers are
Oh,
crazy.
that's a fact.
They will shut it down. But it
That's a
shouldn't
fact.
take like having to see like each, like, you know what I mean, each group kind of like, oh, you get an L, you get an L, for people to kind of rise together. I also need men to know, you know, because I always got to add that comical taste. Two things. One, wrap it up. Right now we can't raw dog no more, because if you don't want Felicia to be your baby mama, don't raw dog Felicia. You know what I mean? I'm sorry if your name's Felicia.
Bye,
Two,
Felicia.
don't ask a bitch during sex whose pussy it is, because it's the government's.
Wow.
It's no one. Hey,
That's the
it's the
title of this
gups.
podcast. It's the government's coochie.
Just saying.
Hey, I definitely feel you. I do believe a couple of things, right? Number one, yes, especially black men, we need to be more responsible
Mm-hmm.
for the women we choose to have relations with.
Hashtag choose wisely.
And then there you go. Choose wisely. I need to write it down before I forget. We have to be responsible, make smarter decisions with that. And then, of course, if you do go into the act, we have to be smart with that as well. Because we don't want to shooting up the clubs. So,
Shooting
at
up
the end
the
of the day, I
clubs.
feel like as men, we got to take way more responsibility of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just women, of course we should be grateful a women even wants to have sex with us.
Should be flattered.
Absolutely grateful. You would have given me the coochie. Humble little old me. You want to give me the coochie. Well, I'll make sure I do my best. You know what I'm saying? So we have to do that. And then I think what's crazy is, these folk was planning this for like 4 or 5 years, right? A lot of these states was putting in what they call trigger laws, and a lot of these rules was never banned state by state. But they've just been waiting on the day for this to be overturned. Like, so it's like, okay, I'm no law expert, you know what I'm saying? I'm not out here fighting the fight. But at some point, when are we all going to be like, all right, how can we play our part in making sure we can fight fire with fire, in the sense of, I mean, we got to start making long-term plays the way these folk be making long-term plays.
I
You know what I'm
mean,
saying? Everything seems to be out of reaction.
Yes.
We got
Oh
to play
my
offense.
God.
We got to play offense. We got to stop playing defense. We got to play offense. So I don't know how, but we got to figure that out.
I also think, like, you brought up this good point of, like, I think we need to start looking at the government, right? Like, obviously, like, people are like, oh, yeah. But it's like, hey, this has been something that hasn't been changed or revised or, looked at for a hot minute. The niggas that are on, well, they're not all niggas. But, I use niggas as a they, them. Okay.
Oh, y'all some niggas.
Niggas shit, niggas niggin. So I think the niggas on the Supreme Court, like, they look like they're old farts. They're gonna pass out in the pictures. Like, they look like they're not well. And I think for me, it's like there should be a time in which you are reevaluated or sworn in, or there should be some process.
Yeah.
Because if you are old fuck, right? Some of them look like their family still has plantations that are active. Right?
75. I think 75, you should be done.
You know what I mean? Because I think 75, you're still in your right mind. You know what I mean? Kind of like
you're like old enough to have a lot of experience.
Yeah, you got some wisdom, but you know, you're in touch. You're in tune. I think after 75, thank you so much for your time, right? Go ahead and head out for me.
That shouldn't be a lifelong appointment.
No, it should not. And my thing is, as like, we're a democracy, right? And it's like, how are we not like realizing that, hey, that shit ain't right?
Yeah, we gotta like.
It's not a gym membership. Like, hey, you here for life? No, that's not right, and it doesn't make sense. And it also gives me the vibe of like what people usually like a boys club, even though there's some women on the Supreme, but it gives me like a boys club type of vibe. And it's like, no, you're literally making decisions that are like life altering decisions. And if you're somebody who's like 95, you don't even remember what you had for fucking lunch, right? You don't, you know what I mean? I can't trust life altering things to somebody that is strictly on a prune juice diet.
Yo, I mean, respect to those with dementia, but some of these folk had dementia and be still on Supreme Court.
Hey, and dementia's real, and nobody's shading it, right? But that shit is a dangerous disease.
And they could be thinking they back in the 60s when they made this decision.
And what the 60s wasn't a good time for us, right?
Not at
Not
all.
everybody was vibing. So
there was no
I'm
vibes.
just saying, I think like I'm hoping like this is like revolutionary for our government, and like the people are like, fuck that, we gotta change shit, and then shit happens. I also think like democracy shouldn't mean that like, well, it was good for, you know, the 1900s. No, we need to evolve and change,
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
It's kind of like the iPhone. The first iPhone was cute when it first came out. Now we
big
can look
facts.
back on it because
Look
we
like a
on like
block.
the 13, right? We on the iPhone 13. We look back to the first one like, fuck, we were like not like here with it, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just
I
saying.
respect it, man. I love it. That was great words. We gonna end on that one. You know what I'm saying? That was awesome.
I try. I'm a public policy minor, so you know this shit kind of gets
Get
me.
out of here.
No, for real. I really wanted to go into politics, but I realized my mouth is too like
No, you see that councilwoman in I think it was Virginia, but she was like, I'm tired of this motherfucking shit. You motherfuckers need to make sure this voting shit gets fixed.
She got on
I
the
done
mic.
had 10 motherfuckers come to me and tell me there's a problem. I said, go
Yeah.
ahead with yourself.
Yeah, because that's how we're feeling.
Hey, I respect it, man. I respect it. Man, Khadijah, yo, okay, how was your weekend?
My weekend, what did I do? I feel like I always come up in here with a crazy ass weekend story. I actually didn't do anything. I'm really trying to like exist in my like soft girl energy. So I'm trying to not do much. I'm trying to like allow myself to not feel like I have to do so much. Like, hey, if it don't get done, it don't get done, you know?
What the heck is soft girl energy?
So soft girl energy kind of came from this idea that like, ooh, you know, she's a strong black woman. And it's like, fuck that. Black women, we're tired. We're tired of always having to be the backbone and be strong and like, you know, kind of get it through the mud type of shit. No, I don't want to get it through the mud. I want to take a nap, right? I want to, you know, kick my feet up and not do shit. I also want to not protest. I don't want to like be that like mouthpiece. Like I'm tired. I'm actually going to take a nap, maybe make myself some tea and just enjoy myself. And I think for me, I think it depends on who you ask, right? Soft girl energy for me is like me feeling my emotions, right? Allowing myself, hey, if I'm angry, to feel that anger. If I'm sad, to feel that sadness. I am somebody that does not cry often. And my therapist named that's not normal.
Is
like
it?
But this is not to say you need to cry every day, but I really don't cry like that. Like I've gone months without crying. Like, and
I ain't cried in years, Mo.
No, Mo, that's not good. You gotta let that out.
Nah, Mo, I literally, okay. I've had
Tyler, you didn't cry at your wedding?
I did not.
Oh, I would have had, running from the top.
I felt emotion. Don't get it twisted, right? I felt emotions. You know what I'm saying? I felt the chills. I felt all of that. But that doesn't, you know, me crying doesn't mean I didn't feel emotions.
Because now I'm curious. When was the last time you cried? Like that you remember?
My aunt's funeral. I never forget this because I was straight until they played one of my favorite gospel songs. And I was like, dang, bro, she got it out. I mean, and the crazy thing is, I don't think my family has witnessed me cry as a man, right? Huh. So I'm just like sobbing. And my brother next to me.
You gotta let that out, Tyler. Okay, now I gotta make you cry. That's crazy.
Khadijah,
no, that's not good.
No, but
you're harboring those. You gotta let that out. When you're crying, you're literally just letting it out. I'm not.
It was the greatest feeling ever when I was done. It was the greatest feeling. But while I'm going through it, look, my funeral stories be stupid, right? So I'm there, I'm sobbing. but I still gotta read. I
Oh,
still
fuck.
gotta go and read all these thank yous. I'm up at the mic from the Church of First Baptist in Philadelphia. Uh,
Hey, that was a good cry, Tyler. When that shit dragged
hey,
out,
by
ooh,
the
that
time the
was a good
reception
cry.
came, I was like, wow, I'm good. Like,
It feels so good
yeah.
after the fact.
But I ain't had, I mean, you're right. I mean, I felt
I'm not
my
saying, make
feels.
yourself cry, but I'm saying like when
Yeah.
you feel that feeling, allow that. I
Okay,
don't,
just
like I
allow
said,
it. I
I'm not a
got you.
crier. I don't cry. You can ask Jada. That's not something I do all the time. But as of lately, I've been allowing myself to feel feelings and
That's
like
beautiful.
think about like, all right, how do you feel right now, Khadijah?
That's
Great. Are
beautiful.
you pissed? Great. That's fine. Be pissed. Why are we pissed? And like, it's very, I have this thing where I put my feelings under the rug where I'm like, oh, no, no, no. I'm just fine. It's whatever. I'll brush it to the side. But I've been pushing myself to like, nah, I'm gonna like I need to talk about this. I need to get this off my chest. Whether that's me calling my therapist or calling my best friend, you gotta let it out. And I think as black women, for so long we were used to holding it in, not saying anything. And we talked about this many times about like our upbringing and how it's like, hey, you ain't got nothing to cry about. I'll give you something to
Mm,
cry about. You know what I mean?
mm,
So there's a lot of things that like I think is wrapped up in our upbringing. Um, but yeah, soft girl energy. Like we're not being
yeah.
strong no more.
You
Tired.
know what's interesting? I know women may not believe this, but if
Mm.
you think black women don't say nothing, black men are very, very silent. And that's crazy because we say some outlandish shit. But if you can only imagine what goes on in
What
our
goes up
heads,
top? Oh
it's two
Lord, have
times
mercy.
worse. So imagine us holding that shit in.
Oh
You know what I'm
God.
saying? No wonder we be dying at 60. Of course, we eat fried chicken and shit like that.
Yeah,
But
y'all niggas clog up your arteries. Let's talk about it.
speaking of that, your boy. So a couple episodes before you came on, before I went on vacation and we had like a week off, I told Jay on the podcast, I said, I'm doing a reset. I'm gonna do a reset. And
Oh, your food reset where
so
you're dieting.
so I ain't tell nobody what it was. And Jay was like, what you mean? I said, I'll tell you off the air. So I just had like a epiphany,
Mm-hmm.
or I felt like the Lord was telling me you need to go on a diet or a fast or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, what kind of fast, Mo? There's a whole bunch of fasts out here, or diets. And everybody and their mama be like, I'm going on the Daniel fast.
What's the Daniel fast?
So it's some made up stuff in the Christian community. I'm gonna say this for one, because everybody got their own version of a Daniel fast. Folk be like, oh, I'm gonna give up eggs. That's my Daniel fast. Like, no, that's not what happened. The Daniel fast started because Daniel and there was a couple other brothers. They was chosen as like some very wise men amongst the Hebrew community when they was enslaved, right? So
Mm-hmm.
they the nation that enslaved them, I forget the name. They would treat them like royalty, give them all types of food like chicken and wine and all types of stuff. And they was like, nah, bruh, we're gonna do our own diet so we can keep our minds clear. So that's what they call it, Daniel fast. There was no clear definition of what this was.
I
So
was
I'm
waiting for
like,
the guidelines. There was
yeah,
none.
there was none.
Okay. Got it.
So I'm doing research and then I come across this dude on YouTube, G Code, whatever. He's like, I went raw fruits and vegetables for 90 days. So I watched the video and this nigga lost like 60 pounds. He said he had way more energy. Everything was just better. And then I came across another podcast, this dude named 19 Keys, who looks like a hotep, but he's a very smart dude. He looks straight hotep. You got to
Hey, I
see this
just
nigga.
learned what that was not too long ago. I didn't know what that was.
He was talking to this guy who's another brother who is very zoned in on food, and how he was saying that while you can eat healthy by cooking food,
Mm-hmm.
you don't get the 100% like benefits of the food when you eat it cooked. You get all the benefits when you eat it raw. Like all of the benefits of the
Oh, that's
food.
actually a good point.
When you add heat to food, you're altering some type of something in the food.
Yeah, the genetic makeup of it,
Yeah.
essentially. Yeah, yeah.
So I was like, and this was like a couple weeks before I went on vacation. I was like, all right, when I come back from vacation, I'm gonna do raw fruits and vegetables for 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? And while I had other reasons, I'm gonna keep that to myself. But
As you should.
when I started, uh, I thank God I had some money when I decided to do this because that shit's
Hey,
expensive, bro.
say it again.
It's expensive to be healthy. It
As
don't make
fuck.
no sense. And then I decided to do it when inflation is up ridiculously. But that's not the point. You know what I'm
You couldn't
saying?
predict that, my brother.
Couldn't predict that. But
No.
it actually wasn't terrible because for one, it's not like I deprived myself of food. I ate like I normally eat. I just ate hella fruits and vegetables. You know what I'm saying? And
So what do you mean you ate like you normally ate?
so I was doing 3 meals
Like
a
it, like as
day.
far as the like amount of
Yeah,
times you ate?
yeah. I was doing 3 meals a day. I would do snacks. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? But
okay.
I was just eating everything that was like nutritious, like absolute nutritious for your body. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It was like some of it may not have been the greatest for my taste buds, even though the more I ate it, the more I was like, damn, this
Well,
orange
that's because
juice.
you deprive yourself.
Like this orange juicy did above.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
No,
saying?
that's your mind.
Exactly. But the benefits I got was crazy because like for me, losing weight was a side effect, not really my intentions. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But my sinuses cleared up like crazy. Like normally every day, like even with allergy medicine, blowing my nose. It's
Well,
all
that has to do with dairy. Dairy does crazy mucus in your
oh
body.
yeah. I cut off so I cut off all of that. My skin got better.
Come on,
You
glow.
know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And but yeah, the crazy shit was during this time, it was like every weekend I had to go freaking do something. So the first weekend, my cousin came in town and we went to a daggone restaurant, a oyster bar, and I love me some oysters. I had to
Uh-huh.
sit there and eat a salad. Everybody else eating fried fish, French
Wait, so you
fried
can't even have
wings.
seafood?
I
Seafood natural though.
I said it's just this is just so I said I'm gonna go raw fruits and vegetables. I just had this, I was just sticking with it. You feel me? So
Yeah,
I
I
had to
mean,
get a
good for you.
salad with
Dang.
strawberries. The second week was the festival. I did the
Oh, something
something
in the
in the
water?
water festival. Yeah, and I said thank God for turning natural because they had the smoothies and I was eating acai bowls with strawberry, banana, blueberries. I was like, man, if these niggas was not here, your boy drinking water.
Oh,
You know what
damn.
I'm saying? And
Yeah.
then last week I was at and then I didn't do alcohol either. So I was at a engagement party and
Mm.
everybody was doing the toast with the champagne. I'm like, this is literally the last day of my fast. And I'm like, all right, it's the last day. So I'm gonna just stay strong one more time. So it was
Yeah.
like crazy how like I went 3 weeks. But to top it off, your boy started the 3 weeks at 223. 223
Okay.
pounds. Um, and I finished at 200.
Hey, I'm eating raw veggies, nothing but fruit for a month.
I finished at 200 pounds, yo. I was like, I mean, I'm fitting stuff. I wasn't
Hey, I
fitting.
know that's so, you know what? And it's even doper. I feel like now, like there's so many, like you were saying, like there's so many like experts, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's, oh, you got to do the keto diet, the this diet. My thing is, I'm very much so big on just lifestyle change, right?
Yeah,
And I guess
yeah,
I'm curious, after you did those 3 weeks, did you change? Was there anything you gained out of that you're like, nah, I'm gonna do that like from here on out?
yeah. I mean, I definitely gotta eat more raw foods. Like, of course, cooked food tastes way better. Tastes way better, god dang it. And my goal right now is to I don't want to even call it finding a balance because I do
Mm,
believe I should eat healthier way more than I eat not as healthy. Like ain't
mm,
no I feel like if you balance healthy and non-healthy, like food that's not healthy is always going to win. You got to kind of
mm.
have a imbalance in regards to eat more healthier foods and stuff that's good for you than the lesser. So I mean, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm just trying to figure it out right now,
I
but
think
I definitely taking with me
that's
like
dope though.
replace my snacks at least. I used to, because I could eat a whole fucking stack of saltine crackers like it ain't nothing. I'll eat a box of cheeses just
See,
sitting
the
there benching.
crazy part is, it's the nigga in me. It's just I always gotta have something sweet, you know.
Me is crunchy. I always gotta have some
I just
crunchy
need
shit.
something sweet, whether that's like ice cream, chocolate, and I've been. You know what the other thing is too? You just can't buy it. You just can't buy
Mm.
it. Like
And that's my
the
problem. If it was in the pantry, I gotta get rid of
yeah,
it. Like if I don't get it, I'm like, boy, it's not in my vision, not even in
I
my
can't
head.
I can't buy what was the thing that I was obsessed with?
Sweetest fish. You seem like a sweetest fish.
Oh, I love Swedish fish, but I don't buy it because I know, and you know they got the big bag of that thing now.
I know.
So I'm just like, hey, that's the devil. And at CVS be like 3 for 3, or it's like
Oh
that's the
man.
devil. No, what is it called? Toaster strudels. Is that how you say
Wow.
it?
Yeah,
That's been my
yeah.
thing. So I'll like when I go food shopping, I'm like, all right, my last visit, I bought this, so I can't buy it. Like
I
you know what
respect
I
it.
mean? Because if you
Yeah.
have access to it all the time, it's not good. But also, I'm not a believer in like stripping and doing extreme shit.
No,
Because
yeah,
then when
this
you have it, you're like a crackhead for the shit, and then you have the whole. You know what I mean? It's
I was
just too
very
much.
I was very much extreme. And this weekend coming up, 4th of July, I'ma
Mm.
celebrate. I'm gonna celebrate this
Hey, you
weekend and I'm
deserve
gonna
it.
get
3 weeks
right
is
back
a
to it.
long time.
Yeah, and you know what? I mean, it was definitely a time where I was preparing to put myself in uncomfortable positions. Like I feel
Mhm.
like I got a lot of things coming up down the pipeline, and I just know it was stuff that I feel like if I didn't, just have like a mental switch,
Mhm.
then I may not have done it. You know what I'm saying? I may have just still been kind of in a state of comfortability. And in
Ooh,
order
being
to,
complacent.
yeah, in order to, move, make a move, you just I got to put yourself in, different situations. So that's where I'm at.
No, I feel
That's where
that.
I'm at with that stuff, man. So yeah, I mean, would I do it again? We'll see. We'll see. Especially I was doing it by myself. Like I told my wife, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna
I'm gonna
drink
sit
with
this
you.
out.
I'm not gonna drink with you." And then I told Jay what I was doing. He was like, "You know what? I'm gonna do it with you, bro." And I said, "You don't have to." I was like, "He said, you're right. I'm not gonna do it."
See, and Tyler knew better than to ask me.
I knew,
No,
yeah, exactly,
no, no,
exactly.
no, no,
So,
no.
uh,
I'm living a soft life. I'm doing everything I enjoy.
the only
So
thing I didn't do, and I really thought about it, I was really like, "Yeah, I'm gonna set up a therapy appointment." And
okay.
yeah, I didn't do it. I'm not gonna cap. I'm not gonna
It's my
cap.
goal that every person I am in contact with or come across, I'm trying to get them into
You
therapy,
you you know it's
especially if
in
you're
my
a person of
mind.
color.
It's in my
You
mind. I
know,
got you. I'm gonna
you
get
need
it
to,
in.
yeah.
I tell you who needs therapy though. This nigga Giveon. That's who needs therapy.
No, he needs to be in a fucking padded room.
let's
He
let's
needs to
talk
be in a
about
padded room.
let's talk about Giveon's latest album, Give or Take, came out last week.
Even the
Um,
title's fucking toxic. Oh, this
I love
dickhead.
it. I love it.
He's so fucking toxic. I don't think people, this is
No,
the thing about it. I don't think people understand how toxic this man is. He goes from, and then this is like also outside stuff, right? So I love Giveon. I want that to be named, right? And known. I'm an R&B fanatic. I love me some neo soul. Love Giveon and what he's providing for the new generation. But this nigga is a chronic cheater. And if you listen to his last album, he's basically like, yeah, like I cheated, but hey, like let's just fuck around for a little bit. Oh, I miss you. It's just so fucking toxic. He's just so fucking toxic. How you gonna cheat on me and then talk about the balloon? It's like losing air. It's in it's still here.
can
The
I just
roses, they're
say
dying.
this? If it was a woman, I don't know if you're thinking the same thing. It's just, I mean, it's like another version. It's like a male version of Summer Walker, but you love Summer
Ooh.
Walker.
Ooh, you got it. You got it. Hey, hey, you got it. All
You know what I'm
right. All
saying?
right.
But what I hear,
But Summer Walker, I mean, then I guess that would beg the question. I would like to know, Giveon, who hurt you? Because we know who hurt Summer.
Exactly.
Because we know who hurt Summer, and so it makes sense.
And he says
right?
it in the album. Like he's been hurt. And he's been telling these girls, I'm hurt. You're not going to get anything out of this. This will not turn into a relationship. And they're just like, it's okay. Like he literally,
you know what it is though?
He lets them know.
We as women have this tendency to feel like, but I can change you. Like we all have that one guy. Some of us may have more than one that we're like, no, he ain't shit, but I could change him. I can make him better.
Look, man, you can't change a nigga. It's not
no,
possible.
Giveon can't be changed, babe.
But no, I need this to be known. You can't change a nigga. A nigga will only change himself. This is nothing
niggas gonna
you
always
can
nig,
do.
y'all.
A nigga can change, but it can only be done through his own will. Like you're not going to change.
That's a word.
This episode is brought to you by the good people at No Clearance. All right, go to noclearancepod.com/shop. We have merchandise for you to wear. Please support the brand. Okay, we got our new clearance collection. All right, with the Defy the Trends, Be the Standard shirts, as well as the No Clearance shirt and the Superior No Clearance shirt with the dad hats. Dad hats are selling big. Okay. So please make sure you go to noclearancepod.com/shop. Buy you some merch to support the podcast so we can get bigger and better every week. Thank you. Back to the show.
Can you say that one more time?
A nigga can change, but only through his own will. You cannot change a man.
Bars.
I'm just and that's dead ass if you really believe. Yeah. I mean, look, you should have all the confidence that your coochie got power.
Not your coochie got power.
You should have that confidence. You know what I'm saying? But it has power in different ways. Not you don't change a man's character.
It don't.
It can't.
But that's, I think a lot of times and this is not just women, this is just people in general, we fantasize about like someone's potential, right? And so they probably saw the potential of Giveon and they tried. But the thing about it is like, you got to start learning detachment. I think we attach to people too much and we attach to them and we make this like facade or this fantasy in our heads. Oh yeah, we're going to get married. We're going to have 3 kids. And I say this because I used to be that bitch that would just make up these like, you know what I mean? It's like, bitch, you are delirious. This nigga is a bum. This is what he's giving you. Take it. There's no potential. Yeah. Like, you got to stop dating potential. Date for the nigga in the moment. Now, do you want him to be better and like strive for better? Absolutely. But we cannot be like, oh, well, he's working on his rap career. He gonna blow up. Babe, he's been on SoundCloud for 5 years. We haven't tapped into Apple Music. You got to leave him where he's at.
You got to leave him where he's at. Listen to the album also, you kind of hear, how, him being attached. It'd be like 2 weeks and he's just like feeling like he in love again. You know what I'm saying? Because
maybe that's a toxic trait. Being so attached early on, maybe that's a sign of toxicity. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but how do you know? Okay. Like, how do you judge? Because I feel like I could be both extremes. Like I've been both extremes where I feel like I've attached quickly and then realized like, attached good name. Like, this wasn't it. But I've also been on the side where I took forever in a day. And then it's like, yo, does this nigga even rock with me? But it's like, I do. I'm just really trying to take my time. So it's like, what's the balance between rushing and trying to be patient?
I don't know. The last time I said I love you too fast was 2015, and I will never fucking do that shit again.
Dang.
Hey, that shit broke me down. Because after you say that, because after you say I love you and you're like kind of in your own mind, you're going at a different pace than the other person, then it's just like, oh, fuck, like Do you not like? Then you start, looking at yourself and be like, oh, am I not enough or whatever? So I don't know. Ladies, I'm gonna say this, and I know a lot of y'all niggas be on Instagram like this bitch be talking shit. Some of the shit I'm spitting is fire, and just don't get burned. If you are dating a man or talking to somebody, he needs to be more obsessed with you than you are with him.
I don't know.
I would say if
Fellas,
you, and maybe
on the
not
other
ladies,
end,
but
niggas, but we say that about women on the other end. For real.
Yeah, it's just a lot of y'all niggas is nonchalant nowadays. That's
nothing,
the problem.
Because you have to be nonchalant. There's too much at risk to be aggressive.
She can wake up maybe that's my toxic trait. I like not aggressive, right? Because it's, who the fuck you talking to? But okay, but I like assertiveness. Maybe that's what it is. Man, there needs to be that balance.
I saw a comedian say a man got 6 steps before to talk to a woman before he catch a case. He could be like, "Hey, how you doing? Can I buy you a drink? No, okay. I'm gonna turn around now."
Because you got to, you see, but this is you got to come with game though, and some of y'all be coming with that corny ass, like, oh God, oh Lord.
Hey, look, you're not lying.
It's your approach.
You're
it's
not
how
lying,
you do it.
But
Giveon, huh?
The corny niggas really out here winning though. That's
telling
the problem. See, you want
because they're authentic to their corniness. Don't try to be Rico Suave. That's not you, babe. That's not you. Be who you are, and then be who you are.
So what is it? You want a nigga come up to you with game, or you want a corny nigga who's trying to be himself? The nigga nervous.
No, but corny niggas got game now. I don't know what you're talking about. Them niggas got game now. They know how to step to you and still be like assertively corny.
Respect it. Assert your corniness, gentlemen.
Yeah, you just being assertive is like more so just being very sure of yourself, right? Like when you approach a woman, you need to be very confident. And I'm not saying you gotta feel like your dick is the biggest dick in the room. That's the energy we're looking for. Like you gotta come in, own the space, own the room.
Walk with a limp.
Okay, that's that simple, and then be yourself.
You heard it here, fellas.
Shoot your shot. I've been trying to shoot my shot, and it's very scary. I'm gonna tell you that. Very scary. Very sliding into the DMs. I've literally been finger on the send and just been like, fuck that.
Have you attempted to buy a man a drink?
No. How do you fucking do that?
I mean, how do men do it? You'd be like, get a drink for that lady. A drink for that lady. Be like, hey, get this nigga a drink. You just from across the room.
You know what? I talk a lot of shit on here. And I just want you to know, if you've ever meet Casey out in public, I am extrovertedly introverted. Like, I'm very much to myself. I'm cool, when we with the gang and shit like that. But like, one of my friends was like, "Oh, you just got to tap a guy on his shoulder, bitch, and die." And die. No, I can't. Die? No, I will literally. I'm just getting to the point where I can make eye contact with strangers. Like if I see a guy, I'm like, "Ooh, okay." We'll make eye contact. I'll do the look away. I just got to the point of doing that. Now you want me to tap on shoulders, buy drinks? That's a lot. That's scary.
Oh,
just
man.
Being honest.
Overall, how would you rate Giveon's album?
I think it's good. I like Giveon. I feel like there's not a lot of male R&B artists that are doing it, I feel like. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like back in the day, you had Jodeci, you had Tyrese, you had, I'm trying to think of his name. You had Joe. There was like a plethora of like male R&B singers giving it to you. And literally and figuratively.
Who's that one R&B artist? He got this weird voice. My mother-in-law hates him. He kind of sounds like he got that song "Share My Life." Maybe I'm a dreamer.
I can't. What song is that?
Kim. That's that nigga name. Kim. Share my life. Share. Trust in me, girl.
They all had,
You're
it was
all
a different time.
Lord. Boy, my mother-in-law hate that nigga, man. Like, she be like, I can't stand that nigga voice.
I
Boy,
appreciate your rendition though.
that
You
nigga a
got that
legend,
from the
though.
gut.
Yeah, I love that song though, but I get it. His voice is and literally every song sounds the same. You couldn't tell which one is which. That nigga
I
said,
cannot.
this was a hit. We gonna copy this every time.
So yeah, copy, paste. Nice.
But I'm sorry, yeah. R&B is not the same. And we witnessed this in the versus
Oh my
battle.
God. Hey, talk about fucking jokes. Talk about multiple jokes on one stage. Can we talk about Ray J though? Ray J.
You know what? I was supposed to watch the first half, but I would love I didn't see it. So I would love to hear. Tell me about Ray J.
Okay, so the first half was very interesting, right? You had Ray J, you had Sammy, you had Pleasure P, you had oh fuck, well, I can't.
Pleasure P?
Pleasure P was on there. He was, hey, I'm not gonna hold you. I think I was more so aggravated with the fact that like the transitions weren't clean.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if this is like your time to do your songs, you have 5 minutes, your 5 minutes should be yours. And it was a lot of like overlapping people who in the background. It was just a lot. And it's like, hey, you wasn't on this track. I got it, you know? I also think I was expecting like Ray J, One Wish. I was looking for that scene where he was in the rain and like getting that shit from his chest. I got the like weird dance type shit. And
like
it was weird.
One Wish is his song. Like if you don't know nothing else from Ray J, you know One Wish. That song hits hard.
And he did not deliver. And I was so aggravated. Pleasure P killed it. Okay. Pleasure P, I was like, hey, I knew he had bangers. Not like a plethora, right? Because I feel like he's not consistent.
What's my man name, man? Bobby Valentino. How'd he do?
Yes. Oh my God. Bobby Valentino did good. He hit the keys.
What?
Chulo sounded tired though. I'm not gonna hold you. The stamina is not stamina, right? But he sounded good. He was, doing, his instrumental shit.
Yeah. You can
I was
tell
like,
these
okay.
Getting, we're getting old by watching them. You know what I'm
Literally.
saying?
Sammy wasn't bad. I personally think out of all of them before Omarion and Mario, I think Sammy did well vocally. He was giving us the tunes.
Yeah.
I think Pleasure P was there. He jumped off the stage, right? And I was confused because I was like, "Hey, puppy, you're not, necessarily the same size." So I didn't know what the return on the stage was going to look like. There was this moment with Pleasure P and this like crew member.
You know how he was going to get back.
Everybody, if you watch, he's, got a little, Tim. He was like having this moment with this crew member and she was just like not having it. And he was like in her face and like trying to serenade her. It was like yelling and shouting. And she looked very scared. And she was laughing. But you know when people laugh like a nervous, like what the fuck? Yeah, it was heavy on that. But I was like, wow.
I don't understand. All these R&B niggas got to do is sing. I feel like rappers got to do a little bit more, right? Rappers,
right.
But we love you because of your voice.
All you got to do is literally grab the mic and let it flow.
And that's why Mario had a major upset. Because you would think coming into this, bro, Omarion's got too big of a catalog. He is too much. He was too much of that nigga when he was that nigga. You know what I'm saying? His name is just a little bigger. Even though Mario...
Who, Omarion or Mario?
Omarion. But Mario has diehards. Like, my wife is a diehard Mario fan.
My thing with Omarion is I feel like a lot of his fan base is from when he did, I think, Love and Hip Hop or whatever with April. Because I think musically, if you think musically, he doesn't have a lot of catalog by himself. Majority of his music comes from the B2K era.
Did I tell you I saw him live a couple years ago?
His
Hey,
performance was
Khadijah.
fucking strange.
Hey,
Coming out
Khadijah.
with watermelon and
Oh
shit.
no, we
It's a
gonna
whole
get to it.
pandemic and you're fucking sharing that.
What
Oh,
was
it
up
was
with the
just
watermelon?
it's weird. He's very strange. And I think this performance certified for me like he's a strange and
Mario
I think
was
he's
like,
a toxic man. I
Mario
think
was
there's some
like,
toxicity in there.
Mario's like, what is going on? Like he just kept saying
A
stuff
fucking
like that.
whole
Like,
watermelon. I was just like, this is not good for the
and his
stereotypes,
brother,
right?
his brother, his brother
Supposed to
had
be
the watermelon.
This nigga said, "Oh, we eat a watermelon. Let me get off the fucking stage. Hold on."
His brother was killing it too. His brother like, ah.
That nigga was hungry. They didn't eat
Man.
before they got there.
But when I saw Mario perform, he sang like the hits, and then like it was quiet for like 30 seconds, right?
Are you talking about when he was humping the pole on the floor?
Nah, my bad. This is so when I saw him live,
Oh, this is when you saw him live. Great.
it
Okay.
was quiet for about 10 seconds. Right? I looked down, and then I hear the crowd start to make some noise. I look up, and he's just like, he just dancing.
Doing it for Lil Saint.
He's wrapping the chain around. I was like, nigga, if you don't sing some song,
No, but that was what he was doing. So, I'm like,
I
hey,
know. I'm like, bro,
we wanted you to be right here with
I just want the tunes. Yeah, bro. That's all we need from you is the tunes. You know what I'm saying? And like
it was, yeah. Mario killed it though. I really feel like people sleep on Mario. He has a catalog and a half. He also had. I was reminded about that joint he got with Nicki.
Real quick, because I don't know if the YouTube gave me the whole thing, but did he perform "Let Me Love You"?
Yeah. How is he?
Did he save that for the end or something? Because
I think he saved that for the end.
Okay,
that was
I missed the end.
That was he went old school, but then like did his modern like now shit, and then he ended with that. He had like the little dancers and shit.
"Let Me Love You" was the first song I heard when I first watched the 106 in Park. First time I watched 106 in Park.
Hey, fuck, I don't
Let
know
Me
my
Love
song.
You was like number 10, and then slowly just kept rising after that. But that was my song, bro. And I had a crush back then.
I don't remember my first 106 in Park song. But I remember. I remember songs by music videos. It's so fucking weird. Yeah. Like if I hear not an old school, but a song from back in the day, I can literally verbatim tell you like the scenes, the theme. I miss that when music videos had like a theme. It was like a experience.
It was big.
Now I feel like they're so into like it being cinematic and like expensive looking. It's like, no, this don't make sense with the song.
Yeah, it's either cinematic or just some nigga shit.
Fuck nigga free.
Oh man,
just some bitches in the parking lot. You feel me?
Mario balled out. What I did not understand was when Omarion brought guests on. These niggas weren't singing. I was like his song.
Very confused by that.
He was like Jeremiah. I was like, nigga, but he not. Y'all not singing together.
And
like
Jeremiah, I'm gonna let him slide because I think he just had COVID and he was like in the ICU. Mm-hmm. But Jeremiah, he's like, baby, you gotta buy. I was like, ooh, yeah, reaching.
And then Omarion refused to hit a high note. Every time he was about to, he just let that mic slide away.
Hey, that's so true.
He was like, like, oh, okay, I see.
But you know what? He knew his place. I'm not gonna embarrass myself.
That's true. Because Mario definitely would have said something.
Yeah, or you would have been like Giveon at the BET Awards. The mic. It wasn't the mic. It was you. It was you.
I knew Mario won when Omarion started to sing some of his songs. Like there was a couple times when Omarion came up to the mic while Mario was singing and was like harmonizing with the nigga, and I was like, I thought this was a battle. I thought
he's like, I got you. I got you on the Mad Libs. Hey, when Tank came out, though, I was like, yeah, Tank, please show them how it's done. Because it's crazy. It was, Oof, Lord.
I sometimes I wish to be swole like him, and then sometimes I don't. I don't know how to feel about that.
It's like he's like, why are you so muscular? Like you're.
Yeah,
it's just a lot.
I feel like a nigga that swole shouldn't be allowed to sing that well. It's got to be
that well. It's
got to be some balance. But yeah, I mean, we've been talking about R&B, and the verses and this Giveon album kind of just came together at the perfect time. We've had a discussion of R&B, especially the male R&B
Mhm.
before, but now that we have you on, what do you? Let's start with what do you? Of course, we talked about the state of male R&B now.
Uh-huh.
Okay, what do you think has changed? Like what has changed since these artists of 2000s? You know, we bring up the
Oh,
90s guys a lot, but 2000s was hidden. They still gave us
they
that
don't
essence.
they don't serenade you anymore. Now it's just like, yeah, I got this penis, put it in your mouth, kind of a thing. You know what I
I
mean?
you
Like
know
it's or it's that, or I mean, because August Alsina was very that, right?
yeah.
That's his energy. Like, hey, here's my penis, put it in your mouth. Or you have that like toxic energy, like, yeah, I cheated on you, but baby, I want you back, and I'm gonna still cheat.
It's very much it's very self-deprecating R&B.
Yes, to say the
And
least.
it's crazy to think that the R&B and rap are like
Melting together,
melting together in that way of which like yo, we're both talking about the same shit. I'm just singing it
essentially.
and he's just rapping this joint. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I was listening to something today. That shit was so daggone sad. It was just like
Oh, what
sad
song
to the
was it?
I forgot. It started shuffling because I was listening to Give or Take and then it just went off on a tangent. So I forget, but it's like I don't know, man. I feel like it is a tad bit more relatable
Mm.
today to men anyway. Women aren't getting that fantasy, but it is more relatable to the fellas. You know, so it's like, who are we catering to?
I mean, I also feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like back in the day, R&B was more mainstream. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Like,
oh yeah,
it was like, remember that McDonald's commercial?
yes,
Okay. I mean, fucking McDonald's is emulating R&B, like an R&B video. Like, I felt like it was more mainstream. Where now I feel like R&B is like very like eclectic. Like
yeah,
it's like, oh yeah, I have this like vinyl of
yeah.
hotels. I have the. I don't feel like it's not a lot of like um I don't know. It's not giving me Negro spiritual.
And you know, for when I got married, I realized like, yo, my playlist is trash. I gotta update my R&B playlist. So I was like, yo, like I feel like ain't too many niggas out there like
No, there's
realizing they
not.
gotta get in touch with that side of themselves. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
maybe
We
that's what it
really,
is. That they're not like they don't have that feminine feel. Because I
yeah.
feel like back in the day, like there was that like you could still be like secure in your masculinity, but be like, "Damn, girl, I miss you."
I mean, Drew Hill
I mean,
is
can we talk about Carl Thompson? Oof, that
talk
man was
about
going through some shit.
it.
Found out that woman is married with kids. Yeah, he was in his feelings. See how I did that?
Yes. You stupid. I mean, it's weird to see its decline. It's weird. Like we had whole groups, 112. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? 112 was them
one
niggas,
fucking
man.
12.
Where do you hang up?
Hey, could always count on him. Hit that, please. Oh, I saw Boys to Men before. I've seen them live, and it's interesting to see that too. Like even
Yo, white people was Boys to Men's downfall. No, did you see their episode on there's a Netflix show that talks about different eras of music
oh
and
I don't
Boys to Men was literally like the biggest thing for like a solid 3-4 years. And
mhm.
then the record labels pretty much just put some white boys together and pretty much just copy what Boys to Men did and catered and just marketed it way bigger. So I forgot the name,
Ain't that
something
fucked up?
90 or something like that. But then when NSYNC hit, Boys to Men was pretty much done.
Hey, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you. I pro black, love it. I was obsessed with NSYNC, Backstreet Boys. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
them too. So it's your fault that
They
boys
they
to
they
men.
did it.
It's your fault, boys to men.
It's my fault. I was one of the girls. I was the girls.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's
They were
funny,
so
man.
good. But I will say I felt like the white boy bands had less to do in order to like be approved. Does that make
Oh,
sense?
very much so.
Like Boys to Men, they had to do shit a cappella. I felt like they had to do more vocal
They really had to sing.
gymnastics.
They really had
Where
to sing.
white dudes like Justin Timberlake is really not anything impressive, if we're gonna be real.
Yo, Backstreet Boys, I Want It That Way. What the hell is that song about?
Couldn't tell you. Tell me why you ain't. And then I only remember the like inappropriate one.
Yeah.
Like, I can't. Ain't nothing but a buddy. You know? That's the only one I remember.
Yo, why every time we on here, we just start singing some shit.
Hey, that's facts.
Yo, my water, my refresher.
Hey, we're dropping the EP. Pick that up, please.
Yo,
Please and thank you.
TK. What's gonna be the name of the duo? That's gonna be hilarious.
Oh, God.
Oh my goodness, yo. All right, man. Shout out to the R&B. Oh, real quick. I just want your top 5 R&B, male R&B right now.
Top, like contemporary or just in general?
In general, whatever you enjoy.
Okay, top 5. Ooh, this is good. I'm not gonna put there's no order. Like there's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's just I'm gonna say names. Mario, Carl.
Hey, you ain't saying that because you know what? Give it to him.
Okay, Mario, Carl Thompson, Avant. Am I saying that right? Avant. How does he say his name?
Avant. Yeah. I think it's Avant.
I'm don't nobody clown me. Tyrese.
Nah, okay, I gave that one. I'm gonna give that one.
You know, he actually vibrato and he's good. He just working through some things. And I cannot say R&B without saying this man, Chris Brown. Is he toxic? Absolutely. Does he have his personal issues? Absolutely. Is he on that shit? Maybe. But I think that first album, untouchable. Nobody could ever touch Chris Brown's first album. That shit was chef's kiss.
So first of all, I'm gonna say that's a great top 5. I honestly meant 5
diverse.
of today. I did mean 5 of today, but I love that top 5. So I'm gonna give you a top 5 for like all time, and then I'm gonna give you a 5 for who them niggas popping right now.
Okay, there's not a lot of niggas now, so that's why I had to reach in the past.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I gotta say, Boys to Men.
Ooh.
I gotta say, Boys to Men. Joe.
Ooh. Joe's a good one.
This is really old. But Luther Vandross.
Do you want to start a remote podcast? Well, we have the perfect website for you. Riverside.fm, where you can record remote podcasts and video interviews in studio quality from anywhere. Used by over 70,000+ creators and Fortune 500 firms. Riverside allows you to upload your video and audio while recording on your web browser itself. That means you don't have to download any apps onto your computer. Riverside also allows you to edit your video and audio on the platform and cut up clips from your recording for social media. So if you're thinking of starting a podcast, it's as easy as clicking the link in the description. Thank you. Now let's get back to the show.
Luther is just that nigga to me.
His voice is velvet. I'll give that to you.
Yeah. Gerald Levert. I don't even remember a Gerald Levert song, but I love his voice. I don't even know if you can say that nigga R&B.
I don't. Okay, Gerald Levert. I'm gonna believe you on that one. That sound like that could be your uncle. You sure that's the singer?
I might be wrong, but I'm sure.
Okay. I feel like that's his uncle from, you know.
Hey, girl, I might be wrong, but I'm sure.
Okay, one more.
dang. Oh, Usher. God dang. Usher.
Hey, damn. Okay. I'm gonna add Usher to mine. That was a
All
good
right,
one.
now I'm gonna give you my top 5 of right now.
Hopefully you have enough. Go
Cause
ahead.
I got a bag. I got a bag. You know what I'm saying? Sir, big shout out to Sir.
Hey, he gets
Doing your
busy for
thing.
sure.
Brent Fayez.
Toxic as
Big
fuck.
shout
Love
out
it
to
though.
you. Giveon, of course. Ty Dollar Sign. I do
Oh,
have an
sex
honorable
symbol.
mention.
Got
I
it.
got an honorable mention. I'm gonna say Anderson Paak. He
Huh.
actually, yeah, he actually got a Grammy for best traditional R&B album.
Oh, I didn't know. I consider him more of a rapper, but I could see the R&B.
Yeah, have you heard Ventura? His Ventura album?
I haven't. That's the one that got the award.
Yeah, it's
Okay, I'm
good.
gonna look into
It's
that.
good. And then Division. I like Division.
Hey,
Yeah,
Division.
no,
He doesn't get enough like
he don't get no credit.
credit.
He
I don't know.
got a lot of late nighters. Shout out to
I hate
Division.
you.
Blessing my soul. You know, it's
Oh,
not
God.
enough late nighters nowadays, bro. I don't be know what to play. I be Alexa, play God dang it, who we gonna listen to? Jill Scott. I had to go back to Maxwell one time, and I ain't gonna lie,
Hey,
Maxwell, that nigga. He got
that
some
falsetto is like unheard of.
he got some late nighters. Shout out Maxwell, man. God dang. Music Soul Child.
Hey, oh fuck. Damn.
My goodness.
So would you consider him now or back in the day?
Music Soul Child's definitely back in the day.
Okay.
Yeah, him and Maxwell. I mean, the last song Maxwell put out was Pretty Wings, y'all.
He eating off that. He's good.
Yes.
That's at everybody's wedding, you know?
True.
Your wedding ain't wedding
Wedding
without
is not
that.
wedding in. Wedding in. The wedding not wedding,
Wedding
in.
in. Wedding
All
in.
right, man. All right. What else we got on here, man? It was one more thing. Louis Vuitton show.
Hey, did you see it?
No, I want to hear it from your perspective.
So it was dope. I saw clips, right? So I guess they were paying homage to Virgil. And it was nice. I felt like it was super. I liked it because I sometimes feel like when people are trying to do the black thing, sometimes it comes off like they're doing the black thing.
Yeah.
And it doesn't come off like a moment, if that makes sense. It's kind of like when Target, black t-shirts and shit like that for, Black History Month. It felt like very like planned and like, all right, we're going to launch this t-shirt. And, I felt like it was dope. They had FAMU, so HBCU. They had the marching band, so it was a whole like vibe. I think when they came down first. So before any of like the models came down, they came down. Kendrick was the musician or the like performer, but he was sitting on the side. So he's just like spitting his shit on the side, sitting there, legs crossed, unbothered. He's like, yeah, I got time. With the whole crown, that's his thing now.
Sitting next to Naomi.
It was it was good. It was very tasteful and it didn't feel gimmicky. And I'm sure like people are gonna be like, no, it did. Me personally, I felt like it was done nicely. They picked the right artist to match with the FAMU. FAMU showed out. They did a phenomenal job. I'm talking about the like transitions, the movements, the sound, like everything was just super dope. And I love that I got to see Kendrick in that moment too.
Yeah.
I think like as an artist, that's a dope compliment for a brand of like Louis Vuitton for you to be the voice. And I think like we talked about this, his album was definitely speaking and it was saying some shit. So I enjoyed it. I think it matched up with the show so well. It was good. I was super geeked. I was excited.
Kendrick is definitely being very picky about what he's deciding to do nowadays. So
yeah.
When you see Kendrick performing at a Louis Vuitton show, this is not like I need a gig. Like, no, he's deciding to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um,
That's true. I didn't even think
yeah,
about that. He is super selective about what he puts his name to. So
yeah.
that's something else too. I think he was cool with Virgil, no?
No, they were cool. Matter of fact, he's been actually doing a lot with things that like Virgil had his hand on. So
Mm-hmm.
in his like music video for N95, at the end you see like these skateboarders, and
Mm-hmm.
there was this group of skateboarders in Africa, and Virgil helped turn this building, this old broke down hospital, into a skate park. So Virgil's
Oh.
name is like all over this building, and he used the skaters in the video. And then of course, the fashion show, and even during the fashion show, like at the end of him performing "Count Me Out," he's just like, "Long live Virgil," like
Oh yeah,
showing
I do remember
respect.
that.
So I gotta give him credit. It's interesting his theme, and his design for his performances, him dressing up looking like a black messiah, with the
Mm.
crown, the crown of thorns, and looking just ridiculously hot in his clothes.
Heavy on the hot.
Heavy on the hot. That's why he wasn't moving much.
I know. He
If
was
you
like, "Hey, we like this position. We're
yeah,
gonna
we
sit
like
right
right
here,
here.
right." And black people, when we hot, we got that napkin. I saw that napkin. I knew he was hot. That's the equivalent to a washcloth.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's hot. When you see a black person with a washcloth outside the house, it
And
is
they either got it on their head, just laying on their head, or it's in the hip. It's ready to go.
that's how you know it's
Yeah.
booty hot outside.
But
Yeah.
I like what you said with the fashion show. It had great taste in showing reverence, because they could have just made it look like a Kanye show and just be like all black, walkway, black
Yeah.
ass, all black colors, red, red, green, and yellow, and all that stuff. But they was like, no, we gonna have
The
some
runway
taste.
was like this bright yellow, which I felt like it was like, because I think sometimes like we think like death is like this sad thing, right? Which it is, but it's also like, hey, they're transitioning.
Especially
They're like,
if a man like Virgil really made the most of his time.
mhm.
While it is like even him and like Chadwick, right? While it's like gone too soon, yet look what they did.
Well lived. Yeah, yeah.
Well lived, and well lived deserves a celebration. That's not a mourning. That's a celebration. So shout out to them, man. That was fire. That was fire.
It really was. It was crack.
I wonder if I'd be willing to get that skinny so I could walk in a fashion show. Them was some skinny niggas.
Hey, you talking about raw veggies? Nigga, raw air. Not eating shit.
They gotta go in the mountains to like.
Yeah. Fucking eating the snow and shit.
Oh man. All right, man. That's all I got. Anything you got, Khadijah?
Ooh. I think we pretty much did that thing.
You see how smooth it goes with.
Hey, and this is so funny because the last time we was on here, nigga did some unplanned shit. So it's like,
man. Hey, man. That's all I'm saying.
We love you, Jalen, though. We truly
Yeah. So look, when me and Khadijah on, you finna get an R&B out. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, da doo 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 doo. Ooh.
The very first time. Yeah, there's no judgment here. Like we can hit those random notes, and it's like, yeah, I'm gonna ad lib. I got you. Say less.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, Jalen's just sitting there like, oh, these light skinned niggas. Like,
May the light skin reign forever. You know what I'm saying? I feel like nah, I don't want to do that. So I feel like we need a light skin face, like a light skin, but it's all good. We're not gonna do that. We gonna stay together.
See,
we gotta unify during these times.
It's always Tyler. I need y'all to know.
We gotta unify with our darker brothers and sisters during these times. It's getting real, man. So look, hey, we appreciate y'all for tuning in this week. Hope y'all enjoyed. You know what I'm saying? Send us some feedback. Let us know what y'all liked about the episode. Message us on social media platforms at _no clearance. Okay. Once again,
please and thank you.
If you're watching this on the YouTube, man, make sure you hit that notification bell, subscribe, like the video, share the video. Yes. All right. Keep running up the
Don't be
Northman
greedy.
review. Y'all go check out Jalen's Instagram page. It's Tribe Called West. He has been doing some cool video edits with the squad. Shout out to the squad, even though y'all ain't invite me to nothing. I
Damn.
still rock with y'all.
Sounds like hurt.
Well, they know I ain't
Hey,
going.
that's fine. We could put that in the EP. Put that energy in the EP.
'Cause they know I ain't going. They know I'm not coming up there. I live in Maryland. They be
Hey,
doing
no,
all
but I
types of
like to
stuff.
be invited still. You know,
That's all I'm saying. So I know y'all
I just
here.
want to invite.
I know
Send
y'all
my
listen.
shit. Yeah.
I know y'all niggas is listening. Don't forget your boy. I'm gonna say no, but don't forget your boy.
Hey, I'ma say no every time, but I want to feel included, involved.
It's just the fact that like my wife comes with me, and that's expensive.
Hey,
like, I'm
that's
not
a
fit to just go by myself.
2-person
you know?
pack.
Yeah, that's a pack. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to them, man. We all get some merch. And yeah, thank y'all for tuning in, man. It's the No Clearance podcast. Y'all stay blessed, stay black. Peace.
Thank y'all.